Yes, 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 yes. What's going on? Kantis Simmons here. Listen, man, if you guys can see me, type one in the chat box. Type one in the chat box. If you can hear me, type two in the chat box. Welcome to Sunday School. Yeah, welcome to Sunday School. I'm Kantis Simmons. I want to get this thing started like I do all of my videos. First of all, I want to say thank you for being here. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, thank you. Those that are watching on Facebook, thank you on LinkedIn, thank you on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Like always, state in your comments, this will be my best school year ever. Yeah, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Go ahead and make that declaration. Whether you're in high school, middle school, college, grad school, elementary school, whether you are a parent, whether you are a student, drop it in the comments. This will be my best school year ever. Come on, make that declaration. This will be my best school year ever. One more time. This will be my best school year ever. Welcome to Sunday School. This is my platform designed. This is my platform designed to help people for the week, for the big week, right? So I want to give you some academic motivation to get you through the rest of the week, whether that is, you're going back to school as a student, whether you're going back to school as a teacher, whether you're going back to school as a parent. So let me tell you why I decided to do this Sunday School. So last week, actually it was I might have been earlier this week. It may have been like Tuesday night. So I received a conversation from my first cousin, Jermaine Johnson. What's up, Jermaine? Received a text message from my cousin, Jermaine Johnson. And he actually texted me probably like at 12:30 in the morning, right? It was really late. Now, I was asleep. And when I woke up, he mentioned that, hey man, can you give a little motivation for GJ? So GJ is my second cousin, which is Jermaine's son. So you got Jermaine Johnson Sr., Jermaine Johnson Jr. He was like, hey man, can you text GJ Jr. a little motivation because he's going to the sixth grade and it's really hard on him. Yeah, it's really hard on him. So GJ was going for his first day of school and just needed some motivation to go. And so I text GJ a few things. I think I've also sent him a little video just to give him some motivation for the day. I texted to his iPad, I believe. I don't think he has a cell phone yet. Texted to his iPad. And he went to school for the very first day of sixth grade. And he made it through. And then I started thinking about you. I started thinking about my viewers. I started thinking about my subscribers. I started thinking about the people on my email list. Like, what can I say on a weekly basis that's going to help many of you to succeed in school? Now, let me know in the comments if you're watching this. If you are a student, let me know if you're a student and what grade. If you are a teacher, let me know down below what year you're teaching in school. If you're an educator, administrator, let me know that as well. And also as a parent, don't forget my parents. Parents, let me know down in the chat box, how many kids you have going to school. I want to give you guys three things today that I believe will help you make this your best school year ever. And I want to give you those three things. Also, while you're here, for many people often ask, it's like, yo, what do you have to help my kids with study skills? If you go over to kantissimmons.com/study skills, have a free workshop that runs all year long at kantissimmons.com/study skills, and is designed to help your student, maybe help you with your study skills. I believe study skills become study habits, especially if you don't fix the study skills. In my study skills workshop, I break down and show you different things that you or your student can do to help them really get some better grades this year. Go over to kantissimmons.com/study skills. Many people often ask me about my best-selling book, Play Your A Game. And we actually have the Play Your A Game full study skills course and bundle. But many people often ask me about my book. Hey, you can go over to playyouragamebook.com, playyouragamebook.com. It's my number one best-selling book. I've sold thousands upon thousands of copies, but I've used it to impact so many people. And if you want to take advantage of that, simply go over to playyouragamebook.com. All right, so let me give you 3 things to think about to make this your best school year ever. Okay, 3 things to think about. And somebody in the chat box, wherever you may be, I would love to, you guys can drop these notes in the chat box. All right, here's thing number 1. And I actually love it, right? So I did not know that my cousins, Jermaine Johnson and Satin Johnson, shout out to you, with their son, GJ. So Satin, wish I could pull it up. Maybe I'll show it in the replay or something. But my cousin, so GJ was having issues. And the next morning after his first day of school, his mother, Satin, she posted some pictures on Facebook. And she showed, the first day of school pictures, right? Everybody got the school clothes on in the first day of school pictures. But I noticed in one of the pictures, Jermaine and Satin had their son write affirmations all on the mirror, right? And so I was like, oh, that's really cool because I do that. Like we've never ever had that conversation about affirmations. And I saw in her picture where they had, like a Sharpie or, erase, one of those markers that can erase, right? Dry erase markers. And they wrote all over the mirror. Here's the first thing that I want everyone to start doing is that I want you to affirm yourself and affirm your students. Yeah, affirm yourself and affirm your students using what I like to call affirmations. Some people call them declarations. Some people call them positive statements. People call them confessions or whatever it may be. I love to say positive things about myself. Why? Because if I don't say positive things about myself, who's going to say positive things about themselves, right? So, I'm a believer. And in the Bible, God declared himself as I am. I am that I am. And I've learned that anything that precedes the word I am, you can actually have that in your life. So the first thing I want you to do this school year is to affirm yourself and affirm your student by declaring affirmations, right? So one of the affirmations that I would encourage you to say, and you guys can drop these in the chat box, wherever you may be, is I am an A student. Yeah, I am an A student. Another reason I make the phrase, hey, this will be my best school year ever, and I actually have these wristbands. If you guys want a wristband, just let me know in the comments there. And the wristband says, hey, this will be my best school year ever, right? This will be my best school year ever. That is an affirmation that I want for you to start saying with your student, saying with yourself. If you're an educator, hey, this will be our best school year ever. Like imagine everyone in the school is saying that, from the janitor to the coaches, to the parking lot attendees, to the campus patrols, to the administrator up at the admin person up in the front desk. Imagine everybody saying, hey, this will be my best school year ever, regardless of what happened last year, regardless of what happened last week, regardless of when you failed that test, regardless of when things didn't go right. This will be my best school year ever. The good book also says, write the vision so people who can see it can run with it. Writing the vision, writing the affirmation, I believe, sets the tone in the household, sets the tone with your student, and set the tone with myself. All right. So let's put some affirmations together, right? I am an A student. All right. This is my best school year ever. I'm wise. I'm attentive. I can learn. I'm motivated. I'm focused. I'm successful, right? I'm a good listener. I'm profitable, right? I'm blessed. I'm healed. I have a wise mind, right? I get into the college of my dreams. I earn full scholarships. I like whatever your I am needs to be. Hey, affirm your student and affirm yourself. All right? Let me know. Give me a few hearts. Give me a few likes. Give me some chats. Give me something there to let me know that you can do that. Right? You can definitely do that. Right? Affirm yourself. And then number 2 is to affirm your student. Now, the second thing, the second A, these are, I guess 3 A's to have academic success, or 3 A's to ace your school year. So let's see if this works here. Yeah, it works. It works. So here's the second thing. So the first thing is to affirm. And the second thing is to, check this out, is to assess, right? As if you're doing assessment. ASSESS, okay? Assess. More so like assessment. I would like for you to assess, check this out, assess where time is going. Now, if you did not know, every human being has 168 hours per week. If you're going to have a successful school year, guess what? It starts with having successful 168 hours a week. Yeah. So let's look at it this way, right? So we got a whole school year. Let's say a whole school year. Let's just say right now it's 12 months, right? So if you're going to have a successful school year, it means you must have 12 successful months, right? If you're going to have 12 successful months, that means you're going to have one successful month. If you're going to have one successful month, then you're going to have 4 successful weeks. If you're going to have 4 successful weeks, that means you're going to have successful 24 hours or 7 days in a week. If you're going to have successful days, you're going to have 24 successful hours. If you're going to have a successful hour, it boils down to being successful for 60 minutes. If you're going to if you're going to be successful for 60 minutes, that boils down to 60 seconds in a minute. So we can look at a year, we can look at a month, we can look at a week, we can look at a day, we can look at hours, we can look at minutes, and we can look at seconds. And this is why, number 2, I say that it's so important that you assess where your students' time is going. All right, where your students' time is going. All right, so for you to have a good school year, I need you guys to have this conversation about where time is going. For example, all right, cool. So we got 168 hours in a week. All right, 168 hours in a week. Kantis, make sure you write so people can clearly see. 168 hours in a week. These are hours per week. Now the question is, how many hours does your son or daughter, or maybe we're talking to you, the student, do you spend inside of the classroom? Let's just say you're in the classroom 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, okay? So that is 40 hours. 40 hours for class time. So now we can subtract that. Now we have 128 hours, okay? Maybe some of you, you're teaching, maybe this class time is actually work time. this also works great for those individuals working full-time jobs. So then we got 128 hours. Then the next question we want to ask ourselves, okay, outside of class time, what do we have? We have sleep time. How many hours are we sleeping? Okay, so that's 7 days a week. Let's just say on average, you're sleeping 8 hours a day. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 7, 56. Round it up, maybe sleep longer on the weekend, just to keep the number simple. Let's say it's 60 hours. So now we have 60 hours for sleep time. So now that goes down to, what's that, 68 hours left. Is that correct? 68 hours left. Then now we got the 68 hours. So we've thought about class time. We've thought about sleep time. Now we got to think about, okay, how many hours does it take for us to eat? So we look at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's say if we add breakfast, lunch, and dinner up, 7 days a week. Let's say it's about 2 hours a day, right? So 2 times 7 is 14. Let's stay with 14. So 68 minus 14. So we got eat time. So that's 14 hours. 14 minus the 68. Now we are down to 54 hours for eating. Oh, then we got to bathe and get, gotta wash up, brush our teeth, right? So let's say, you got 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. So that's an hour per day, hour 7 days a week. Let's say that's 7. Take the 7 hours. Now we're down to, 47 hours. 47 hours. And this is for, bathroom time. 47 hours left. Okay, then we got travel time, right? Travel back and forth to school. Let's say, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes afternoon, drive, bus, or whatever it is. So let's call that 7 hours. So now we got the 47 hours there. Now we got 40 hours. We got a new sheet here. So we got 40 hours left. Now, maybe you got extracurricular activities. Maybe you play softball. Maybe you play, run track. Maybe you do something extracurricular. Most students spend about 2 hours doing extracurricular activities. So now let's take another 10 hours, so 2 hours per day, 5 days a week. That's minus 10. So that's 30 hours. Let's say this for extracurricular activities, 30 hours left. All right. Now we can assess our time. So we've done all of these things. We got the weekend. Let's say we got chores, right? We got chores. Let's just say chores and cleaning up around the house, whether you're the student or the parent. Let's say 30 minutes. 30 minutes times 7. Let's say about 5 hours a week for chores. So now we subtract another 5 hours out for chores. Then now that goes up here, let's say 25 hours left. And then we can now subtract everything else out. Now notice what I did not talk about. This is the 40 hours we're in class. We didn't talk about, we got work, we got class time, whether you're a student or parent, we got sleep time, we got eat time, we got bathroom time, we got extracurricular activities time, we got chores time. One thing we did not talk about is study time. Study time. So let's just say there are 25 hours left. Or do we have 25 hours? I believe that if we're going to have a successful school year, we have to assess our time. If you're in college, I recommend for every hour you're inside the classroom, you should be studying 2 hours outside the classroom. Okay? So if you got, 16 credit hours inside the classroom, 16 times 2, 32 hours as a college student outside the classroom. Let's look at this. Do we have enough hours for our study time? Listen, if you're going to have a successful school year, guess what? It starts with assessing your time. We are so blessed, right? We're so blessed to have 168 hours. But what are we doing with our time? Do we know how much time we've set aside? Do we know how much time we've set aside to focus? Do we know how much time we've set aside where we're eating time, socializing time. Look, we didn't even talk about socializing, right? We didn't talk about movie time. We didn't talk about family time. We didn't talk about any of those things. At the end of the day, we have to be great, great stewards of our time. So number one, to have the best school year ever, I want you to begin to affirm yourself and affirm your student. Number two, I want you to take an assessment of where your time is going. And then number three, I want you to take action. A, right? Affirm, assess, action. You know, I often think about, here in Atlanta, they say Atlanta is the new Hollywood, right? And every now and then, I'll see some movie sets out in the city in different places. But I always think about the director. The director is the one that has the clapper, and the director is, telling everybody like, yo, go, action, right? Action, like start, action. And that is my command for every student, parent, and teacher. Action. When the clicker clicks, that means we got to take action, right? Let's take action on what we know. If you are a parent, it's your job and responsibility to gather your team, right? You the quarterback. You run the plays. Give it to the running back, you can throw the play. As a parent, let's gather the troops. Let's gather the team to say, action. Now, what are we going to act on? We're going to act on the things that's going to cause us to have an amazing school year. Let's action on getting our motivation level and everything up to a place where we can do what needs to be done. Action. We know what time we get up. Action. We know what the standard is in the household. Action. We know where the study location is. Now, let me just say this, for example. This is free. You guys didn't pay for this one, okay? I believe everyone should have their own study location, okay? Think about it. Like every room in your house, it has a purpose. The bed has a purpose. The sofa has a purpose. The sink in the kitchen has a purpose. The bathtub has a purpose. The toilet has a purpose. Now imagine if you took your dinner, I took my dinner, and I took it to the bathroom. Sorry to be so graphic, but you got on your knees and you put your dinner plate on the commode and you started eating there, right? The toilet, the commode, the plate should not sit on the toilet, right? That's not the purpose of the toilet. Just like the bed is not made for studying. The bed is made for sleeping. What if I chose, at my 5 foot, I think I'm 5'10", my 5'10" frame. What if I went to the kitchen right now, stood up in the kitchen sink and started showering, bathing? At this age, I'm not supposed to be in that kitchen sink. That's not the purpose of it. But what happens is this. We can train ourselves to study in the wrong place. We have our students sitting in the bed studying when the bed is made for sleeping. You've seen it. Like, what happens when you sit in the bed and try to study? You fall asleep. Or you will sit on the same place on the sofa and try to study, but also that same place that you're trying to study is also the same place that your family watches Netflix or plays video games. What do you think you have when you put your kid to sit in the same seat that they play video games? Their body is now confused. Even the kitchen table. If you're a household and you guys still eat at the kitchen table, have you noticed? The kitchen table has been pre-framed to eat food. Why sit at the kitchen table and try to study? All of a sudden, you're trying to study math. Then now you start to smell chicken. You start to want some mashed potatoes, some collard greens. Why? Because in that same place has been programmed to be the place where you eat. What am I saying? I need you to develop a study location. If you got to go to IKEA, Walmart, and develop a little space in the home, and the only thing that your son or yourself do in that little place is study. Remove all the distractions. Remove anything that can hinder them from playing their A game. So that was free for you, right? Set up a study location, and the only thing you do in that place is study. All right? So affirm, assess, back to action. Okay? Back to action. Now I'm about to close this out, but I want to give you one action that I believe is going to help you be successful this year. And that action is to remove as many distractions as possible. In 2022, there are so many distractions that go on with our students. If you can agree with me, give me a few hearts. Give me a few likes, right? Look, we got YouTube, we got TikTok, we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got video games, we got Peacock, we got Netflix, we got Amazon Prime, we got YouTube. I mean, of course, you can watch me on YouTube. We got Facebook, you can watch me on Facebook. LinkedIn, right? We got Siri, we got Alexas, we got the little mobile games, we got activities. There are so many distractions. We got the television. Like, there are so many distractions. And what happens is this. People, like, what's a distraction? A distraction deters you from what you're supposed to be doing. Have you ever noticed? You know, people always talk about attention span. It's like, you know what? Kids can't pay attention. That's a lie. How many times have you been on a road trip and you put a video game or something, you know, you put that DVD player in front of your son or your daughter while they're driving, while you driving? They locked in on that movie. It can be a whole hour, they're locked in. What you mean kids can't pay attention? If they playing a video game, guess what? They can lock in and sit there, play that video game, and you're screaming, hey, time to eat, get up. They don't hear nothing you're saying. So I don't agree with this whole thing where attention span is concerned. I believe attention span is directly related with things that can capture their attention. If something is boring, like, you're going to lose attention as well. So what do? Let's train our students to be more attentive. Let's train that muscle. Now, like, you see my really nice bicep, right? So let's imagine my bicep had the name focus. And the whole idea is, if I want a bigger focus bicep, I have to train this bicep to focus. So what do? I train this bicep to focus for 10 minutes. And the only thing is that I focus on one thing for 10 minutes. No distraction, focus on that one thing for 10 minutes. And then I build this bicep up to focus on something, one thing, for 20 minutes. And then I get really good at the 20-minute mark. And then I bump it up to 40. Then I bump it up to 50 minutes. Focusing on one thing. Because if not, we're constantly jumping and we're jumping and we're jumping. And we start reading a book, then we get distracted. Then we start studying for something, we get distracted. Then maybe we're on a telephone. What was supposed to take 5 minutes end up taking 50 minutes. And then now, guess what? That goes back to this area here with 168 hours. We didn't account for the distractions. And so now these 168 become 128 and 140 and 14 and 13 and 25 hours now become 15 hours. And we look up, and because of distractions, we're out of time. If you're going to have a great school year, you got to take action. And one of the things I encourage you to take action on as soon as possible is to remove as many distractions as possible. Yeah, remove as many distractions as possible. Distractions are designed to get you off the path of where you're going. The other day I was going to the airport to pick up a friend, and I live maybe like 8 minutes from the airport. And as I was going to the airport to pick up a friend, I got on the expressway, and within a mile, I noticed that it was backed up, like backed up. So I could have stayed in that lane, but I got off, took a detour, went another way, and still got to the airport. Distractions are like traffic jams, right? When we're doing something else, it slows down the progress of what we're doing. That was a traffic jam for me. That was a distraction. So I had to go around the distraction, go another way, and get to the airport in about the same amount of time. The same is true where you and your students are concerned. The action step for you right now is to remove distractions. Hey, listen, same thing for educators. You know everything that the school year will consist of, right? You know what it consists of. Even as educators, many of you have mates, you have family members, you got kids of your own. Why allow other things to distract you from what needs to be done? Like, I've heard of so many educators, because of what's going on, don't properly use their time, they're actually taking that crate. You know, the crate with all the schoolwork in it, the crate some kind of way ends up at the house. And when the crate with all the school stuff in it ends up at the house, now the crate some kind of way ends up in your bed. To the educators this year, listen, I don't want to see anybody's schoolwork in your bed. You're like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All my educators know what I'm talking about. Don't let the crate get to the house. Don't let the crate get from the house to the bedroom. Now you in there with your mate, and then you got Jody's and Jessica's and Bobby's schoolwork in the bed. But we're not going to talk about it today. Educators know what I'm talking about. We talk about that all the time at the conferences that I speak at. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to affirm yourself and affirm your student. This will be my best school year ever. Yeah, I want you to tell yourself whatever you need to say. Go ahead and put I am behind it. So number one, I want you to affirm yourself. If you have to get a marker like, the Johnsons did and had GJ write affirmations on the mirror, I want you to write an affirmation on the mirror. If you got to send yourself a text message, affirm yourself and send yourself a text message. And then after affirming yourself, I want you to assess your time. Like, where is your time going? Assess it. Sleep time, eat time, school time, work time, drive time, bathe time, socializing time. Do you have study time? Have you protected it and carved it out? And then lastly, I need you to take action. Yeah, I need you to take action. And the action I want you to take, I want you to act on, is removing distractions. You know what you have in your life to remove distractions, right? You know what you have in your life so that you can get the job done. All right? Listen, man, I thank you guys so much for being here. This will be your best school year ever. Listen, in the chat box, say it. Say it one more time. Put it in the chat box. This will be my best school year ever. This will be my best school year ever. Yeah. Yep. I want to give you a few resources, of course. If you need help with study skills, go over to KantisSimmons.com/study skills, free study skills workshop. Somebody just put in the chat to say, hey, I need some help getting money for school. Please help me. Great question. Shout out to this individual. And I have something for you there. Let's see if that works there. If you go over to KantisSimmons.com funding, shout out to Ursula and her family that say, hey, I need some money for school. Okay, cool. Go over to KantisSimmons.com/funding. I'm trying to make that smaller for you there. There we go. All right, go over to KantisSimmons.com. Ursula, I need some help getting money for school. Please help me. I'm actually doing a workshop coming up here real soon on the 20th. And I think that's August 20th from the time this video is being played. But you can go over to KantisSimmons.com/funding. I got some tips and some tools there to help you with funding the big college tuition bill. And of course, if you guys want a copy of my book for this year, to get to your students, simply go to playyouragamebook.com. Yes, playyouragamebook.com. So what do you think of Sunday school? Was this helpful? Hey, let me know. Was this helpful for you? Was this helpful for you? Let me know down in the chat box. If you would like to, watch this video again, hey, definitely watch it again. Share this with somebody. If you know a student, a parent, or educator that this can be a blessing for, I would really, really encourage you to call them. Okay? So I tried calling your office, but I never got a reply back. I really need to talk to you. Okay, cool. Email me, Kantis at KantisSimmons.com. Okay? Email me at Kantis at KantisSimmons.com, Ursula. And my encouragement to you, Ursula, is like, hey, boom, Kantis. There you go. And she said, I did. Okay, maybe we didn't get it. Do it again if you can. Do it right now today. And we'll make that happen for you. I look forward tonight. Send it to me tonight. And let's get that thing rocking and rolling. Set up some time this week to talk. All right. Listen, man, I'm Kantis Simmons. I'm the coolest guy with 7.25 fingers. I want you to have an amazing school year. I believe that there's only one game in life that counts, and that is to play your A game. Thank you so much for participating in Sunday school. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.